after 1 o'clock. All right, Cindy, do you have anything that you need to get out of here early for? Do you want to go
Nope,
first?
I actually have time today.
Okay. So I'll just go through my list as I have it then, and we can talk about things as they come up. The school is going to be open at noon for us. We're going to have the doors open in the front at the entrance, and we're also going to have access through the back of the stage. There's a double door access for the entertainers to bring their equipment in. The program looks amazing. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Elaine.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, everybody that was involved with selling and putting it all together. It was great fun.
Did they decide not to put in the page about the program, like program, intermission?
It's on the front.
Huh?
It's on the front.
It's what?
On the front.
Oh, okay.
So, speaking of that, I talked to Kenny, and he said that they're going to have Dolly first, and then they're going to have the intermission, then they're going to have Kenny, and then they're going to end with a duet. And I told them that we want at least a break at 40% of the show so that we can have 60% of the show to get the silent auction all figured out. He was fine with that. I did talk to ASAP about the signage and said that it wasn't easy to read at all, and we were disappointed in the fact that I wasn't sent a proof, and I specifically had asked for advice on colors, fonts, that sort of thing. And, you know, flat out said in the email, I'm not a yard sign designer, please assist me with it. And he said, he took a week to get back with me because they're always busy there too. And he said he's looked at the file, he said that it looks fine to him. We tried to fit a lot of information on a small sign, which is always difficult. He said, but the only thing he would have advised in hindsight is maybe to make the font where the red ribbon is larger. And he said, and that's just a preference, it's not something that made the sign better or not. So he was not willing to budge on any of it. He said that the yard sign was fine. It's best to limit how much verbiage you're putting on a yard sign. It's just an easy, quick catch for somebody. It's not supposed to have all the details on it.
It could have had the time.
Kim, I differ with him.
I do too.
I've designed many yard signs for campaigns. All the way back to middle school being a cheerleader, I've made signs my entire life. And yes, he's correct, you do limit what you put on there. With anything, you limit, like, you know, you look at these and you see how they limited what they put. But they should have caught that and advised you of that, number one.
Yeah.
And the font, there could have been 2 lines with larger font. He knows that. He's just not wanting.
He also knows that you never print anything until it's been proofed. And if he didn't send us a proof, then I don't feel we have any obligation to pay it.
But again, there's no time. It could have said the time, 7 p.m.
Yeah,
And I think there shouldn't have been red, because it's very difficult to read what's in that red.
red with black lettering would have been fine if the lettering was big enough. You know, Elaine, you can sit up here. I'm not on,
Again, it all comes back to the fact they didn't send us a proof.
right. He's
Yeah.
not gonna want to not get paid because he outsourced this, so he's gonna have to pay
Right.
his outsourced people.
Right.
And it seems, I mean, it is ASAP's responsibility to proof it, but even the people who printed it should have just said, are you aware that this is gonna be so small you won't be able to read it unless you're standing right on it? I've never seen signs printed more ridiculous in my entire life.
here's my take on it. We're inexperienced at this. We were in a rush. I don't want to say the name. The printer that we use is closely affiliated with Bath Township, and I just felt like it was a learning experience on our part. I don't really feel like I can pound on him about it.
How are they affiliated with Bath Township?
They send all their printing to them, all of it.
that's-
That newsletter and everything all goes through them.
And I am going to put in my recommendation on my wrap-up that we do not use ASAP next time. We don't have to use them just because the
Right.
township uses them.
Right.
I'm gonna
And,
recommend you don't pay them.
Well, with the.
I don't think we should either.
Or split it with them, because they have an obligation. I have always had to check the box that I approve the proof,
Right.
always.
And you
That's
ask for it,
standard for
correct?
printers.
I specifically stated, yes, in
And the-
my email that I needed advice on this sign
Well,
because
and the
I,
fact that the township does business with them doesn't make us obligated to put up with this. It should make them obligated to try to please us.
and that was the other part of it, was they do third party, the yard signs. And that's how it seemed with everybody that I called, because I called like 8 different places trying to get yard sign
Then
quotes.
why don't they waive their
So-
profit?
I don't know, like I said, I'm not I worked accounting for 40 years, and I would always, be very assertive about something that wasn't correct. But I'm not comfortable, being how I represent the township, to get in that dispute with them.
Who could,
So-
if you're not comfortable, because you did ask for proof and you did not
Yeah, we're
get
being
one.
wronged, Kim. It's
Judy
not
can-
it's not about being kind to somebody who screws something up. The township board wouldn't tolerate that. The office would not tolerate that. You don't make the township look bad by doing proper business.
Who could deal with them if Kim doesn't wish to do that?
I'd be willing to follow up with them, or Judy, I'm not on your board, but this is profits. This is money. We've spent a lot with them. I found them difficult to work with personally. That's why I had Kim communicate with them instead of me.
Everything else they were great on, honestly. They were just great. They were super
Not when I called them.
responsive. They, gave us really good input on the ticket design and the flyers. The quality of the flyers was exceptional too, and the tickets were really great. So, like I said, I don't know if it was a thing where we wanted the signs right away or if it was the third party. Obviously, something fell through the cracks at their end because they didn't send me a proof at all. So
How much are the signs?
they were $10 each, and we got 10 of them, I think. It was right around $100.
How much were they?
Right around $100. So it was 10 signs for $10.
Kim, they should
each.
waive their design fee.
They didn't have a design fee because they didn't do anything. They just used my PDF and printed it.
They should waive whatever their profit is on this. If they want to pay their third party, that's understandable. But that business does not deserve to make any money on this, period.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
If you want me to communicate with them, I'd be more than willing to do that if you don't feel.
Should we ask Judy to communicate with them on behalf of our committee?
Oh, I think
On
she
behalf-
would be a good one. I know them very well.
Okay.
I'll talk to them.
Yeah, Gary's a great guy. I mean, wasn't,
I've worked
he,
with them for years.
yeah, he didn't come across with any kind of attitude at all towards me. He just said, I've looked at it, and the only thing I would have recommended any different was putting a larger font on the red ribbon part of it. And he said there was nothing wrong with the design of it. And I'm like,
But didn't he recommend
Yeah.
less verbiage also?
well, he just said every yard sign needs to be limited with the verbiage because otherwise it just ends up being too
Right.
small.
So that should have been brought to your attention also, and you could figure out what you can eliminate.
And again, the time should have been on there. Is it 2:00 or 7:00? When is it?
Well, it showed the date. So, and,
Okay.
All right.
The main thing is the proof, that we did not get a proof.
I
And
have
that should
somebody
be
I
our
would
main thing.
recommend next time.
Okay,
He's been in business for a long time.
all right.
so
I'll
the
give that to you so
person
I
that
can
you
put it in
gave
our
me
wrap-up.
though said that they don't make the signs
Yeah, I have another
anymore.
one, though.
Okay, because I did call someone else that you'd recommended too.
Yeah, that was, Flat Out Graphics. the first
Yeah,
one.
right. So Dennis has mentioned a few times that we need to provide the people that have sponsored the program to give them a program after the show to prove that we printed it. I don't know if that's standard protocol.
I'm not sure if we're gonna have enough programs to do that. We don't know how many we might sell coming in the door,
If you
so,
want some, I need to know.
I haven't had anybody ask for one.
okay.
It's
She
a
hasn't,
kind
then.
gesture if you have extras, but
How about,
I don't think anybody that we've dealt with would be suspicious that they weren't in there.
could we cut out their portion?
We could. If we had any left over,
Why
we
don't, why
could.
don't, it would be nice for them
And
to
put it
have
in
a
their
program,
thinking
though.
notes.
Why don't we just wait and see if we have any left over?
Okay,
Right.
because Kelly can print.
Well,
extra.
how many
few
did we
extra,
print?
okay.
It was,
217,
How
okay.
many?
217.
I thought we were gonna do 300.
It was,
Based on ticket sales,
Yeah.
But you said we've sold 270-some tickets.
No,
That's not enough programs.
who said that?
no, I
No.
said that we've sold 154 tickets as of today.
No, I
That
talked,
was
I
my
talked
guess,
to,
that was my estimate at lunch.
oh,
That was my estimate at lunch.
And I think this is a low number because I only counted the ones that have paid, and there's a bunch of them that I will call. So I think that was, that this is 154 is a low ball number.
And we can print more
yeah,
if needed, we just
I think
didn't.
we should.
we're hoping that each family only take one and share, instead of a family taking 2 or 3.
We just don't want to, we want to keep the cost down again. If we need them, we can print them.
There's a coupon in there for free ice cream.
There's another coupon in there too.
Oh, is there?
Yes, there is.
I didn't see that.
And then you try and convince people to only take one program.
Yeah, they're gonna be
Gee, don't
grabbing
tell them
5.
that Barclay Creamery is giving them an ice cream.
No.
That's why it's in the lower right-hand corner. So
Huh?
it's easy to tear off.
I
I'll just
know.
have, I can just have Kelly print some extras tonight. I mean,
Well-
if we have to slap them together, you know, tomorrow and Friday, there's no big deal.
I think we're good with giving what's already been
Yeah.
printed, every
Let's
other
wait.
person. And, you know, we'd have to sell, 500 tickets for us to run out, so I think that the 217's okay. It was, I think it's close enough. What do you think? You're disappointed?
I just think we need, who's got a ticket count? Can we get a ticket
She
count
just
today?
gave it.
I have around 154.
And then how many will calls?
I don't have that. I'm gonna pick up the binder after this meeting and take it with me to,
There's cash in there that needs to be taken care of.
yeah, Jenna will take that out before I go with it, to kind of try to clean it up. What I'm gonna do is I was gonna highlight the will call tickets in yellow and make sure that all the will calls are in that, folder, that little pocket, and organize it a little bit better. That's what I was
Now,
gonna do.
2 of the will call tickets I had are, they're paid. So I
Okay,
had to write paid on them.
I had some like that too, so. Anyway,
But I think if you're getting close, you're probably getting close to 200, which is how many programs you have. I just don't think it would hurt to print 50 more. I mean, how much is it gonna cost to print 50 more?
With the color, it's, it's more costly.
I don't know if what the agreement was with the paper and the ink, if there's still ink from when our,
There
From
probably is, but if we run out, then we would have to purchase
Well,
more.
Kelly used what was left in her printer,
Yeah,
and then she's almost through another thing
what we purchased.
of toner, yeah.
Yes,
Kelly has to print them, I mean, that's how they were done, right? And she's working, or she has to work tomorrow, right? So.
Oh, but it's
No, but
not,
I
she
mean,
can
if
just
she-
print them.
If she print them on Friday night, if Friday at noon, we know we've sold more than 200 tickets.
Yep.
If she could print them Friday night, we could probably get a couple of people together at the library to put them together,
Okay,
Saturday morning.
okay.
Let's just see if we've sold more than 250 tickets by noon on Friday.
Thank you, Judy.
Good
Does that
idea.
make sense?
Yes.
how many programs do we have? 200 and I thought,
217,
yeah, 217.
and I think there was one that had a few pieces in it.
Okay. And Cindy, what about table linens? Have you come to a decision on that with
I'll pick
Bengal?
those up Friday.
Okay.
Did we use those tables? There's tables in there that look like lunch tables, but they don't have the seats on them. Will you be able to use those, or do you want
Use
the
whatever
white
they
tables?
have.
Okay. She
Do
said
you-
they've got some white tables, but she thinks they're only 6 foot long, but they do have those ones that just fold right down, and they're a big, long one.
Yeah, I think they used those for refreshments last year, or last time,
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
because they were too long to use as the silent auction tables, except for on the one end. We'll figure it out if, I mean,
Okay, we're gonna
I'm
be there
not
early
fussy
enough,
with
so.
stuff like that. We'll just
I have a lot of clipboards.
bring clipboards.
Do you guys want to talk about the cash boxes and the seed money for those? I know there was an email going back and forth about
Okay,
it.
I have 2 cash boxes, but you know, I got to thinking, I am gonna need one of yours.
Okay.
Because I'll have 2 cashiers at the main one and then 1 cashier at the other end. But down by the silent auction.
We've got 2 or 3, and we've got a cash drawer, one of the ones like fit under a cash register.
Oh,
They
okay.
have an actual cash drawer.
I would like to have that for the silent auction.
Okay.
I'll provide the seed
Now, you
money.
have asked for seed money from the
I did,
county?
I already put in the request.
Okay, when will you know if they're going to do that?
I'm gonna ask him right after
Okay.
the meeting here and see.
She's at training today.
Oh,
And
is
did
she?
Somebody else
did you ask for change for the concessions? Did you ask for change?
I asked for each of the 3 cash boxes to come with a roll of quarters, and I think I said 20 singles.
That's not.
$25, or that would be $30, or did they say 15 singles?
I'll provide the seed money for the silent auction with a receipt.
Okay. Oh,
We're not
yeah,
gonna- we're not
good,
gonna
because I
need-
forgot to ask.
We're not
for
gonna need
cash
coins, but we're definitely gonna need lots of ones and fives.
money. Right,
I'll
okay,
take care of that.
okay.
I tried to figure out if somebody was gonna, like if I needed dimes and nickels, which I have at home, but I tried to figure out if somebody, what kind of change could they give me that I would need dimes or nickels? And do you think I don't?
I would
You-
think quarters,
quarters
but depends on what you
yeah.
have
What's
for
the
sale.
price?
Yeah.
Everything's 50 cents.
Well,
Everything's
then you
50.
don't need quarters.
Or you don't need dimes and nickels.
Right, you need dimes and nickels, you need quarters and dollars,
I
I
know you
figured.
need quarters.
Well, yeah, quarters, yeah.
No nickels, dimes, pennies.
Okay. Okay, and then you'll find out, so you'll let me know if they're
Right,
gonna fill the
if
cash
they're gonna
box.
fill our
Because
order.
if you got somebody
Okay.
comes and buys
Okay.
one 50-cent item and they hand you a 10, look at the change goes out.
And I also, as long as we're talking about concessions, I have the card ready to give back to them. And here's my report on what I spent for the water. And I told Dennis I bought ice yesterday and put it in my freezer so that I could turn this card back in today. There's a balance of $43.84 on the card. So I want to turn it back in and get my name off of it if somebody else needs to sign it out. But I told Dennis I have plenty of ice for him and I gave him water.
Okay.
Dennis
Okay.
needs that card.
Huh?
Dennis is gonna need that card to get food for, the entertainers and staff.
Okay,
So when you go up there,
then you can
Sign it in,
sign
I'll
it back
sign it
out.
right back out.
Should we get like Tommy's Pizza for him or something?
I know,
Is the food coming from Myers?
there's a gal who is, putting the food
oh,
together.
that's right, not all,
This is from Myers.
yeah, that's right, that's from Myers. That's why she wanted, like a Visa card, because she's
she get
got,
it from Myers?
she wants some from Sam's, some from Gordon's. They're cheaper than Myers. I don't know if you've been to Myers,
But we've got a Myers free card
It's
versus.
a
That's
Myers
true.
gift card.
Well, if we turn that in, we lose it versus taking.
No, we don't lose it.
Where's
He
it
can
go?
sign it back out again.
But what I'm saying is.
I know what she's saying.
He wants, the gal who's doing it wants to buy other places, not Myers. So if we don't use that, we lose that.
I know what you're saying.
And then we're gonna have to put out of pocket to buy the food. I think we need to make that work.
It's kind of what we did with the water purchase and the ice. We found it a little bit cheaper someplace else, but the difference wasn't worth
I mean,
trying to
this is-
solicit for a
this is
donation
basically
from them.
free.
Ice was like half the price at Sam's that it is at Myers.
For what?
Ice. It's half
I
the
already
price,
bought
got
the
ice.
ice.
but she's got ice, yeah. I'm
But
just saying
as
that.
far as the, I mean, if we don't use that, we lose it. So that's basically free money right there to
Mm-hmm.
use versus taking,
That can be used to purchase the food for the entertainment.
right?
Right.
I mean, to save $5 to get it at Sam's rather than Myers isn't a savings to us because we've got to pay for it out of Sam's Club. So anything you don't buy at Myers on that card comes out of pocket.
Mhm, I see what you're saying.
And I bought 4 big bags of ice.
Right, there's plenty of ice.
There's plenty of ice.
Okay.
Right, and we're not talking about ice though, we're talking about
We're
food.
talking about food, like there, at Gordon's, there's a special cheese platter that she has used before that
Yeah,
she
well,
was gonna get for him, but.
I mean, I
There's-
think we need to switch to Meyer.
You
if
can
the
get a
money's-
cheese tray.
If the money's available,
You can get a cheese tray at the deli. They'll put one
Can you?
together.
yeah, just,
They have pre-made
and that'll save her from
trays
running around
too.
too. It's
They
right
have
there.
the sausage crackers and cheese trays, and they've got the vegetable and the fruit trays. They've got a lot of pre-made fruit, trays at Meyer too, in the deli section.
Okay.
Because I priced those out here a few weeks ago.
Does Myers have the mini croissants? Because I know she wanted to get mini croissants from Sam's.
I'm sure they
They
have in the
have great
bakery.
croissants at Myers and the bakery.
Do they have them there? Okay.
They have
Nice
everything.
big ones.
I know they have the big ones, but she wants the small ones.
Oh, I have no idea.
Just cut them in half.
She won't do that. She's a professional. She won't do that. I've mentioned that to her on some of this stuff, and she said, nope, nope.
What is she serving to our entertainers? Didn't they ask for something light?
Yeah, it's gonna be, sandwiches. She's gonna have like 3 or 4 different kind of meats and some croissants, some rolls, so they can make kind of small sandwiches that won't be like real big messy things like that.
Like a Hawaiian roll or something.
Cheese and crackers, fruit and fruit dip, and then vegetables and vegetable dip.
Yeah, Myers has all that.
They
stuff.
have that.
Yeah.
You just gotta get the order in.
Well, they usually have them all made out.
There's a bunch of them already made up too. Okay, so while we're talking about concessions and volunteers and food, what is your take on if we should be providing anything for the volunteers to eat? There's gonna be about 30 people, being as how it's right around dinner time,
When are the high school kids coming? When are they gonna be available?
5 o'clock.
They are not gonna be available before 5 o'clock?
Well, I just told them that, to be there at 5.
You don't
Okay.
want them there too early.
We don't need them before 5, really.
I just wondered if there would be somebody there to help cut the water, to put the water in. I just wondered if somebody would be there, but obviously not, then if they're not coming in until 5.
Well, I can help do that. I mean, that's
Will
not a
and I
big
are
deal.
gonna be there too, and I can have our friends come early.
Okay.
And I'll
Dan,
be there.
Nancy,
What time are
everybody.
you talking about, Jean?
Well, I think I'm gonna pick up the coolers because she's gonna use them for Tom King Junk Day. And I think I can pick them up at 12:30 or 1. And I'm gonna pick the coolers up and pick the cookies up. My daughter's gonna put all the water in my car Friday night. So I just need somebody, because it's the end of the month, she can't help me, so I need somebody on Saturday to help me unload the car.
Will and I can be there for sure.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Okay. Yes, I think we should offer something.
Well, they're only gonna be there 4 hours or less. We don't need to supply them with any food or water or anything, really.
Well, do you want me to ask Tommy's Pizza if they'd be willing to provide some pizzas for people?
I think pizza, that would be my suggestion would be pizza. It's the cheapest, it's the easiest. You can have a slice or two of pizza and be on your way. And
I'm
we have
all
a
for
lot
it
of
for those
water.
those of us that are gonna be there from noon on, it might not be a bad idea, but people coming in, the volunteers that are coming at 5, they can eat before they come. If they wanna bring their own bottle of water or bottle of pop, fine, but I don't think we need to feed them.
I think giving them a water is plenty. I mean, I personally,
So then if
I'll
we
bring food.
offer for the people that have been there all day at 4 or 4:30,
Maybe.
before the
for people that
volunteers
have been
come?
there. Yeah. That's not
And
a
do
bad
we have a
idea.
place to eat? Do we have a classroom or someplace?
There's the green room, but Dennis wants that left
No,
alone.
no one can be in the
for
green room because that
uh,
food is for
entertainers.
the entertainers and,
I think pack a sandwich, personally.
Where are volunteers gonna put their coats and their bags and their belongings while they're working?
In your vehicles.
Well,
Under
you
the, under
gotta
the
get from
table.
your vehicle into the school.
Don't, they'll have a coat rack, won't they?
Well, I'm just asking.
I don't know if there is.
There's no room at
I would
all?
assume you're in
There's
a
no,
school that you would have a building that, I mean, a room you would just everyone dump their coats in. And if it were me, I would just buy those little bags of trail mix, individual bags of trail mix, and maybe Quality Dairy Donuts for those volunteers who are there from 5 to 10. You know, I mean, just so they have something if they're hungry. But I would do that if we had a classroom where we were putting coats and stuff, because you can't get that mixed up with everything else.
is
Well,
there, when
it's-
you walk up from where the concessions are, the big main concession, and you walk into the school, is there a hallway there that
There's
we could
two.
put a table?
One goes, one that way and one goes that way.
Okay, so why don't we put a table up there, and we could have pizza up there, they could leave their coats on on a table.
Is that door gonna be unlocked?
that door's gonna be unlocked, but we had decided, yesterday when we went and looked at the place that we were gonna probably put kinda like one of the kids as a guard on that door and not let anyone through there.
So
Maybe only someone who has the visitor thing on them, but nobody else is allowed to go through there. But we also don't want them wandering down the hall of the entertainers' halls. Because they're gonna be, you know, they have to get out of their dressing room, walk down the hall, and go through the green room to get to the stage.
How about putting a thing across that says do not enter?
The school doesn't have those, we asked.
What hallway do the entertainers have to walk
Oh,
down?
you're talking about thing.
What hallway does the entertainers walk down?
They have to walk down the, there's men's, women's, and the green room. They have to come out, walk down this hall and there. This is the place that Elaine was or Jean was suggesting they set up. So basically, anyone in here
In the
eating
school?
on table or
Here's
whatever would see
the,
it.
here's the entrance to the, here's the auditorium, here's the lobby. So there's a hallway here,
Right.
and down here is the bathroom, the green room, and two
Oh,
more
so they're down
bathrooms.
at this end.
And then this hallway goes here when Elaine was talking about, there's a hallway that goes here and a hallway that goes here. So we're talking about putting up a table right on the other side of these doors that go into the nearest hallways.
Yeah.
And what the school doesn't want is anyone to go beyond this hallway into the school.
I think if
and
we
Dennis
put a
doesn't
couple of
want
tables up there,
But
anyone-
I can
if
bring
it's
a cooler.
volunteers
We
only.
could, if we had pizza delivered, we could put a cooler of water up there too for the volunteers. I'll put a
I was
cooler,
wondering how much the pizza's gonna smell, but if it's on the outside of the lobby, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I wondered if we could get like 3-foot subs cut into pieces.
It's not,
But I think you have to order those 3-foot subs
it's not
early.
professional for these short-term volunteers to be eating and stuff on the side. If they're.
Well, it would have to be before the show started. You know,
what if
it'd
we
have to be
then
5 o'clock.
just, like you said, bring our own sandwich or something for supper? And for the volunteers, I'll have a cooler of water that would be available at where they can leave their coats on a table. And maybe a baggie of trail mix or a package of something, snacks of something.
Cookies.
I thought trail mix, maybe they're looking for something higher energy than, you know,
Crackers and cheese, you know, the packages.
Right.
I'll just pick some up and have them on that table.
What packages are you talking about? Are they individuals or
Yeah,
a
you know,
tray?
that you can buy a package of crackers.
Like a
and cheese that
Lunchable?
has 6 crackers
No.
in there.
No, not the
They've
Lunchable,
got peanut
the,
butter in them, or they've got cheese in them.
they've
Oh,
got cheese or they've got
I know
peanut
what you're
butter.
talking
at the dollar
about.
store
I
for
know what you're
one
talking about, the
quarter.
little tiny ones where they're pre-spread cheese and crackers. Okay,
Slip in your pocket, eat one when you're hungry.
all right.
It's not professional.
What, they're not gonna be eating and being out in the, in the auditorium.
Yeah, they will be.
No, there's
We're
no-
talking
No,
teenage
there's no
kids.
food
They're
allowed
not-
in the
there's no-
I
auditorium.
know, but we're talking
They're
teenagers.
responsible, they'll know the rules, we'll tell them the rules, they'll be fine.
Well,
We'll put signs up.
we did fine with Elvis without feeding anybody. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think I don't know if these kids are gonna go in and watch the show, and if they don't, they can go have a snack or have a water, or they can stay in that hallway. They can stay in the hallway. I don't know if they're gonna sit and watch the show. I don't know if they're
I'm
interested.
not babysitting.
Yeah, but the thing about putting them up in that hallway is then we've gotta have another guard there to make sure they don't sneak down and swipe anything from Dolly or Kenny's wardrobe rooms or whatever. You have more trust in them than I do
How about-
nowadays.
How about at the concession tables, we just have a little spot where there's some crackers that we can just hand to the high schoolers?
You know.
If they're
This is
interested.
going on for like a long time. Can we just say that each volunteer gets a free water? I mean, I'll buy a cookie if I'm hungry. Or I'll bring a snack and step outside and shove it in my face.
Right.
If-
I don't think we should supply any food for them. Like, same thing.
I
If
think
they
we
want a
need to
cookie,
keep-
they can buy
We need
it.
to keep people out of that hallway.
So
Yeah.
water, they can have a free water.
They can have a free water.
I mean, if
That's
you're
it.
gonna be there from noon on, maybe you can have two. I mean, it's not like we're selling $5 water like they do at the,
These people who are gonna be there
Ballpark.
a long time are adults, they want something.
We have,
The ones that have been a long time usually will probably bring their own food anyway, so it's, yeah, just
they
a
could have
free water
water,
and that's it.
and if we've only sold, we're getting 400 cookies. There is really no reason, if we have 30-some volunteers, why we couldn't put 50 cookies on a table with the water, and they could eat a cookie pretty
well,
quick.
after intermission,
People
that's
buy the
pretty much-
cookies on the way out, too.
Do they?
They did for Elvis, yeah, they bought a whole bunch of
It's
cookies
just
on their
like
way
they do
out.
For band and everything else.
Yeah,
go
they buy them on their
out.
way out, they'll,
Yep.
they see there's some left, they'll buy them. But if they want to eat cookies, they should buy them. They have
But
to buy
I
them.
think we should still have signs.
Even though they're
before you go into the
volunteering?
auditorium.
Yes.
No food allowed, but people are gonna take.
They have to volunteer anyway in order to graduate, so,
Most event volunteers get to eat for free. That's the way it works with organizations that I belong to. But
What, Judy?
when I work in organizations and there's food and I have volunteers, like a cookie and a milk, or water, every one of my volunteers would be able to get a cookie and a bottle of water.
Right,
I mean, that's their payment for working.
It's a
in my
courtesy.
opinion. That's just the way,
Yeah.
and I think if I put 50 cookies along with a cooler of water, and just say one each, please.
but they can just be with everybody else's cookies, they're wearing a tag, they need a water, they get a water.
All right, let's go on to the silent auction. We're still taking in silent auctions or not?
absolutely, I'm picking up 4, 5 things today and 2 tomorrow.
Okay.
You're picking up what?
Silent auction items.
Oh,
at last count, somewhere around 30 or 31 items that we have. That doesn't include gift certificates or gift cards.
and I do not have the basketball yet. I have followed up. She has reached out to Tom Izzo's office. She said, stay tuned. So that was on Monday. And I thought I'd give her yesterday, so when I get home today, I'll send her another email. But that's iffy right now. I don't have it.
Okay.
We have a variety of things. The one thing we don't have a lot of are restaurant gift certificates. The gal who was working on that, I didn't realize was in poor health and didn't follow up on a few places. And when I tried following up with them, a lot of places have now gone to, you have to go through corporate. You can't just go into the store. So I was too late on following up this week on a few of those, but I've called some locally, small business, locally owned stuff, and I've gotten a good response. The folks in Langsberg have been very generous.
The St. John's was too.
St. John's. So if anybody's going to a little diner of their favorite here in the next couple of days and they want to ask for a donation, gift card or something, that would be great. I think we have plenty of stuff, but gift cards always sell and restaurants are always good, so.
Have you gotten the MSU pens?
I'm gonna pick those up today.
Okay. I was gonna say, because somebody gave us pens and we,
Yeah, East Lansing Storage was bringing in
yes,
some.
that's right. Mhm.
And all of those have been dispersed, and I think, I tried to count the number of bags, but you know, they're kind of in there, and they're hard to count. I think there are 70-some.
Okay. So we were talking about whether we hand them out or set them on a table.
I think we hand them out, and Elaine mentioned handing them out as they leave, rather than when they come, so they don't have to hang on to them, but I don't know, it might be just as easy that they get one on the way in.
I think it would be, the best thing to do would be to hand them out to the silent auction people, the people who have actually invested more money into the event other than a ticket. As they cash out, they get their,
But we have 70-some, and you're not gonna have that many silent auction people, are you?
I don't know.
Do you have a rough idea of how many gift cards and certificates you have right at the moment?
Probably around 30.
So that's 60 right there.
I mean,
My 30 and her 30,
yeah,
60.
and if there's anything left, we can give them out. You know, if someone's got a friend standing there with them and we're done, or we can take them over to the senior center and give them away too. But I think
So you
that's,
think when they pay for their silent auction item, give them a bag?
yes,
Okay,
Put their
I'm
item
okay
in it.
with that.
for participating in the silent auction,
Yeah, I
like a
like that.
little bonus gift.
Good idea.
What about displaying the gift certificates? I know we've been back and forth with that.
We will not display the gift
Well,
certificates.
I mean, you're gonna make a copy or something, and you said something about
I've gotten business
frames.
cards, everybody who's donated, I have asked them to either give me a flyer or a business card, or some of them have ran an ad and did a silent auction item, so I will put, trying to find one here that did. Let's say if these guys did, this would be on display.
Okay, perfect.
Everybody's had the opportunity to give me something. Typically, at any silent auction, you walk up and all you see is the bid sheet.
And the big
Okay.
sheet explained, $25 gift certificate to.
Right.
from
So you're
Amazon.
good with that
But
then?
yeah, I'm good with that, and
Okay.
I've made the offer to everybody. And then a lot of them have given, business cards, and they've given extra cards, which I'll set right there. Like with the tanning packages that we have, they've given, free, tanning lotion with it. So the lotion will be sitting there, their business card will be in the frame.
That's cool. I
Yeah,
like that.
So I've done
And-
my best to give them the chance to publicize themselves.
Super. Yeah, I think that's great.
And something that I just now thought of that we hadn't mentioned is, should we have a few bottles of hand sanitizer in amongst the,
We talked about that early on, whether we were gonna have face masks available and sanitizer. And I said something about maybe we could get them from the township, and we decided that that wasn't something we were gonna deal with at this time. The pandemic's over with, you know, people are not as concerned. I mean, it's legally, it's over with. It's not being acknowledged
I have a
anymore.
ton of those, the little packets of hand sanitizer that are just more annoying to open than worth using. But I can bring those and just lay them out, so we
Sure,
make an
that's fine.
effort, because I need to get rid of them.
That's fine.
okay.
Casey's cuts, the little thing on it says for one for you.
So the,
$10.
I didn't do
I heard you gals talking about clipboards. You've got that all figured out?
I have a bunch of them.
Okay,
I don't know how many's in the bag, but
I have
we
about a
always take.
I have about a dozen.
okay. Thank you. And then East Lansing Storage also gave us cloth-type grocery bags that we're going to use for silent auction to bundle people's winnings up, and I think that's a really great idea with that. So the thank you cards, I've asked a couple times for the township to let me know how that's going, and the latest email I got today was they're on order, they don't know when they're gonna be available to
Don't
us.
worry about it because I have a backup.
That's what I was wondering. What I wanted to talk about was how we're gonna send the thank you cards out, and what's the timing on that? And if they don't have the cards available, should we just use Elaine's? And is there a list of who we're sending them to, and how we're gonna divvy up how those get done?
The township has note cards.
They
They
do.
just say Bath Charter Township.
That's what
on
they're
it.
doing with the thank you cards too, but they use the senior center logo on them.
But they have, okay, I said, but they do have some available if you need them.
I've asked them to give me a copy just so I could show
They
the
haven't
committee,
provided them.
and they won't give
I
me
mean, I've
one.
seen them a million times, I would write all my thank you notes on them.
As far as addresses for the donated items, Elaine was pretty good about making sure if they wanted a thank you or whatever, that they gave us their address. So I still have all those. So
Okay.
we can pick addresses, names and addresses off from
I'll
those
be glad to
sheets.
write 'em out.
For real?
Sure.
Wow. That's a
I
lot of
just-
work.
I just did a whole bunch of them. Well, actually, Dr. Cindy, who donated her daughter's graduation, I did all of her cards.
Seriously, you would do that? All right, I was just thinking that, I think that it's a timing thing and that we shouldn't delay and wait for printed
No, I
thank you
plan on,
notes,
they're
so,
gonna be, I'll have them out.
wow,
I can do
okay.
them on a weekend or something.
Well, we'll be glad to help too. I don't want to burden you with all of
Oh,
it.
don't worry about that. You can come over and feed the kitten.
Okay. So we've got some, I kind of want to wait for Cindy to come back. The ticket booth is too full, and they're not willing to unload it for us to use. Remember when we went and toured it, it was half full, and we thought, well, there's enough room for somebody to be behind that window. Oh, thank you. So they said, no, you can't use the ticket booth. Thanks so
They
much.
think the senior center ones will be here next week, which would probably be good timing for somebody to come too.
Those are really nice. That's a
Those
great
are.
presentation. Have you guys seen these? That's really nice. All right, so we're gonna put a table out front, and Judy's gonna run the cashier, and she's gonna also handle the will call tickets. So I'm gonna put all the will call tickets in a small envelope with people's names on them, so they're easy to thumb through. Right now, they're paper clipped or whatever, with the paper around them, so I'm gonna tidy that up tonight.
Also, I was gonna mention that once we get the silent auction set up, I will be able to kind of run around and help. If Judy needs more help at the ticket, if she gets bundled up there, or if concessions needs an extra person, I'd be willing to run around and help with those things.
Is there 3 concessions, or is there 2? I keep getting confused. Okay,
Two, but there are two people at the two main tables, there are gonna be two cashiers. At the other
Okay.
table, there's only gonna be one.
okay. So you got Shirley helping you. Did you find a third person?
I'm gonna do it. My daughter and I are gonna do the one.
Oh, okay.
And Shirley's gonna do the other one.
Okay. Gee. That's why I keep getting confused about if there's 3 or 2. And Shirley. All right. So we've had some tickets donated. I think the last that I saw was 7. And we talked about offering them to the seniors in our center that are low income. The folks that have been identified as such have either received a ticket or are not interested in a ticket. So Judy has a place that she's affiliated with that she'd like to get permission to offer the tickets to.
I think we should do that.
I have 2 that I would like to donate to somebody.
You have 2?
I would like to donate.
I think I have 2 also. I'm not sure, just,
Well, I know 2 folks that I would like to get tickets donated to them. They do come to the senior center, but they did not accept free tickets.
You should give them locally first. Elaine and Cindy and
Yeah.
Jean, didn't she say she knew someone who might?
And I would like to also offer some tickets to the people who've advertised too that are local. I mean, if we've got extra tickets, why, you know, why let them go to waste, number one, and number two, if we don't have a full house and it looks like nobody showed up, basically, then people won't show up next time. You kinda wanna fill the seats.
Will they come? If you offer them tickets, will they come?
Who?
Whoever you wanna offer tickets to.
If they take them, they will. I'm not gonna force them on them, I'm just gonna say, hey, like I was telling Kim, I have one lady that wanted to donate a $20 gift certificate, and she's like, man, I'd really like to go, but da-da-da-da, and I said, how about if I can get you 2 tickets and you give us $60 worth of gift certificates? And she goes, I could probably make that work. A lot of small business people just really don't have money to, you know, you think they have money, but they don't. And they'll run an ad to publicize, but maybe they might not be able to afford the tickets, but they can afford to give. And the tickets are costing us nothing at this point versus having that $20 gift card that we can sell that brings in a profit. So.
Right. So if we give Judy, how many tickets do you think you need?
Well, don't even consider me, I want local people first. Take me out of the equation altogether.
No, but that group,
Now, I'm talking a dozen, is all, I'm not looking at a handful or anything,
Right.
you know.
I mean, I agree, I don't wanna touch any ticket that could be given locally.
And I also asked Kim too, has anyone gone to Hawks Ridge Senior Housing and offered tickets up to people over there that can't afford?
Where Barb lives.
Yeah, a lot of the ladies, a lot of the folks who live over there, some of them, you know, are higher income than others. I mean, there's a cap on how much you can make, but some of them are kind of down there at the bottom.
but if you're gonna, in the last 2 days, give away tickets, then we have to have more programs. So are we gonna put a cap on how many tickets we're gonna give away? I mean, I don't care, because it brings people in, which is gonna help the concessions and it's gonna help silent auction. So I don't care, but we have to have programs.
Gene, let's just play that by ear. I mean, if we give away 50 tickets total between Judy and all of us here, and that brings us around 200 head count, or if it takes us to 250, we'll just print more.
I just think she should print 50 more.
We know you think that.
So today, we had agreed that today was our day to turn in unsold tickets. Are we just gonna hold on to them until
I turned
Friday?
I was gonna turn mine in today.
We
What
were
was
supposed
that?
to turn them in today, so I turned mine in today.
Okay,
And
Mine's
I'm-
in the other vehicle, so
I
I
still
couldn't.
have 6 tickets that I haven't collected from Timberland John. I hope to get the money and the tickets to them tomorrow.
And I have my tickets with me to turn in.
How many more do you have?
Oh, I think I have 3 or 4.
Who do I turn them into? You?
you can do that, because I'm gonna go over there and get the binder as soon as I'm done with this meeting.
How we should have just brought it.
You have how many? You've got
I don't know, I think I might have 3 or 4 in my envelope.
3 to 4.
But it's in my other car. the other
Okay.
vehicle.
All right, thanks, Dennis.
Oh, actually, I've gotta run over there. Do you want me to see if they'll give me the box right now? I forgot, I have to go over there and pick up my takeout lunch.
Oh,
If they still
okay.
have it.
Yeah, it's in the fridge, I'm sure they put it in the fridge.
Did they? I should probably do that right now.
You might as well
I
get,
just have to do it
Do you
before
want
I
her
came
to
in
take
here.
the cash out?
Get
him
the
to take
binder.
cash out? There's a check
She
and
probably
cash.
already took the cash out of it, didn't she?
I would think so, because she's off from work in 10 minutes, so she has to turn it in every day. There was money in there, so it
but do
shouldn't
you
be.
want him to bring back the binder?
Yeah, you can bring back the binder, that would work out good. Thank you, Dennis. So Judy's got a group of 11 people coming from Independence Village, and they are also going to have an aide with them and a driver, and she wants to know if it's okay if we comp the aide and the driver ticket.
Yes.
Absolutely. And a bottle of water.
So I'll put,
What about
I'll
what?
put those
That's it,
tickets.
and a bottle of water and a cookie.
Do you want those tickets, or do you want to just have them at will call?
I've taken them. They've been delivered with the invoice.
So you already got that taken care of?
Yes.
Already done, okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna buy a tray of cookies from Myers, just to let you know, so that it won't be the township cookies. It'll just be my donation of a
You're not
tray of
bullheaded,
cookies
are you?
for the volunteers, pardon?
You're not bullheaded, are you?
I'm not what?
Bullheaded?
Oh, no way.
Did you grab your heart?
After our meeting, I'll tell you a story.
Oh, no.
I've been
No, come on, put it
bullheaded.
on tape.
No, it's
No, not that,
Save it for the bowling alley.
not this story, I'm not doing on tape.
okay. So another announcement, just in case there's anyone here that didn't know, Cheryl Kellerman will not be here the night of the fundraiser. She's out of town.
Yeah, she got invited to a dog show. Kind of a prestigious dog show.
So I have another question. Do we want to meet in 2 weeks on May 10th, Wednesday at 1 o'clock, to just do a follow-up and to try to tie up the business plan and help Dennis be able to turn that in, so that the next week when we meet as Senior Advisory Board, we can have a nice presentation to give to summarize how it all went?
A wrap-up meeting.
Yeah.
I can't meet that week, my sister's gonna be here from Minnesota. Could we meet on Monday, the 15th, or is that too close to the
I can't
senior
do that either
advisory?
because somebody's coming to town.
You can't meet Monday the 15th? Okay.
Did you want to tell us on record?
We were just talking about, do we want to meet at, on May 10th at 1 o'clock to do a
Sorry.
follow-up so
Oh,
that you
sorry.
could complete the business plan? And we could present that at the Senior Advisory Board meeting the following week? You know, while everything's kind of fresh in our mind, fill in the blanks of the business plan and just kind of have an overall, how do you feel about it? How did it go with you?
No, I hate you.
What could we do different kind of thing?
Oh my God, you did. You hit me on video.
Elaine is blushing.
I can do whatever, just let me know ahead of time.
May 10th, yeah, that'll work all right.
May 10th works, May 10th, does it work?
10 works.
What about you, Judy? Do you happen to know?
I think that should be fine. I know I'm busy the next day, but.
I
Right.
might come for a little bit.
Oh, that would be
I'll bring my
terrific.
sister too, and then she'll know.
That's
What
fantastic.
That would be wonderful.
We'd love to meet her. We'll have a
I'll
bottle of
even
water
bring
and cookies for her.
cookies so that we can.
I'll bring her water and cookies.
Wasn't me. That's you.
I think it was me laughing too close.
So May 10th
I
at 1
will.
o'clock
Here?
here. I'll try to get the boardroom. And there'll be cookies.
And water.
We need more cookies in our lives.
I'll bring chocolate milk.
That sounds wonderful.
I'll bring a protein drink so I don't eat the
So,
cookies.
in case you haven't noticed, Judy sent an email to all of us and is inviting us to a party at City Limits on May 2nd from 4 to 6. She's reserved a couple lanes, and it's just to kind of gather and be supportive of one another.
Just fun.
Will there be beer involved? I'm just kidding.
Bring your significant other or just yourself.
Second, what time was that again?
4 to 6.
And there's nobody in the bowling alley. They have no reservations. When I went in there yesterday afternoon, she said, oh, it'll probably just look like this. There were 2 lanes being used.
Have they not recovered from COVID
They
either?
open at 4, and most of their business comes in later, you know.
Oh,
it's the
okay.
time and stuff. So I thought that'd be a good time for us.
Do they have somebody to pick you up off the floor if you
They
go
have
down
all
with the
kinds- They have
ball?
all kinds of assistive devices if
The way I'm
you need
feeling
to use
today,
them.
I ain't going.
Bumpers for the lanes, and they've got this
Walker?
this like sled that you can slide, I mean, that you can
Yes.
put your ball at the top of and just aim it right down there. They got all kinds of assistive.
Cheater boards.
I just think that we have all worked so hard this year on so many things.
So many
And we
things.
have accomplished so much, and the numbers are up because of all the outreach that we're
Amen.
doing.
Huge
And so
celebration.
we just need to party, just a little fun.
Let her hair down, have fun.
Shall I bring cookies and water?
You can't bring food to the bowling lane.
You can bring dessert.
Oh, you can?
We've had lots of birthday parties there, let you bring a cake. But anyway,
Well, we can pretend it's someone's birthday.
yeah, are you done? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I have something that is not to do with this, but something that you folks might want to know, and I'll make sure Jenna knows. Just came out today that Bath High School's annual Unity in the Community is May 23rd. That's where you can have students come to your house and work. You have to sign up by Wednesday, May 17th. They are coming from 11:30 to 1. Just call the high school to sign up. This is really handy. One year, after we had a bad tree storm, I had 20 kids come to my house and do my neighbors on